Hello everyone, thank you for tuning into today's Words of Wisdom. Today's was sent out on May 15th, and I quote, "Those with extreme mood swings are generally vulnerable to spiritual influence, so I advise them to make an effort to maintain a stable mind as much as possible from the Laws of Secret by Master Ryuho Okawa." Thank you, Lord. So how do we fix our mood swings? How do we protect ourselves from being too emotional or too vulnerable? Master has taught us many different ways, but today I guess I'd like to focus on self-reflection and reflecting on the 3 poisons of the mind, going back to Master's Buddhist teachings, which is reflect whether you have greed, reflect whether you had too much angry thoughts, and reflect if you have any foolish thoughts. So the first one, greed. So these are called the 3 poisons of the mind. And greed, meaning wanting more than you deserve. And a lot of the times we feel that we're not greedy, but a lot of times we actually are. And the way I catch myself, the recent one that I caught about this self-reflection of greed is I've noticed that I automatically believe that the efforts I'm making is for the good. I'm expecting too much results. I'm expecting God to give me a better result. However, I've reflected on myself, I've noticed that I have not put in enough amount of efforts. I was lazy. And even in this laziness, I'm expecting this huge result. Of course that's not going to happen because I'm being greedy. And that heart of greed, which means trying to cut corners, wanting to achieve more than the amount of effort you put into. That is greed. That's what I figured out recently. And if you have greed, it blocks you from negative, it blocks God's light, and it's easy to have mood swings because, why? If you have greed, it means you have a lot of expectations to receive. And the bigger expectations you have to want and get and to receive, the higher probability that you're not going to get it. And every time you don't get what you want, your mood will swing. The second one, anger. Obvious, right? This can get, even the most calmest person can instantly become so furious, fuming with anger sometimes. Why does this occur? Well, of course, there's a lot of possession. It could come from your ancestors or some souls that are by you, or simply put, the laws of same wavelength attraction. If an angry thought, an angry spirit from the hell of strife will come and possess you. But how do we then calm anger? Master has taught us that the opposite of anger is peace of mind. So try practicing more of meditation. The more you practice meditation and the more you know the feeling of that emotional feeling of peace, if you remember it, you'll know that you're not in that mode right now. And then if you can know that you're not in that peaceful mode, you can kind of shift yourself back. A lot of the times, before we get really furious, we don't even know that we're being irritated. And that's why we can't control it. But if you practice meditation often, you'll instantly find out that, wait a minute, something is off. Am I a little pissed off right now? And then by catching yourself, like I said earlier, you can bring yourself back. So practice more meditation is one of them. And then foolishness. Oh God, this is such a hard one. I can usually only figure out my own foolishness when I'm scolded by my wife or my boss. So it's really hard to check your own foolishness by yourself. But what does foolishness mean in the first place? It means your negative pattern, negative soul's tendency. It's like every time you fail or you make a mistake in your life, a lot of the times when you reflect on your past, there's a pattern. Even though it's in different scenarios, different people involved in a different environment, for some reason you're making similar mistakes. That's called foolishness. We all have our own unique form of foolishness. And in order to overcome that, the only way is to increase your insight by gaining new knowledge. What I mean by new knowledge is Alcantara's wisdom that is written in these marvelous kyotens, the books that Lord Alcantara is providing us. By reading into these wisdom and obtaining these wisdom, you will be able to overcome this foolish pattern. And of course, if you're foolish and if you're making the same mistakes over and over again, that's going to lead to having mood swings, right? So yeah, there are many ways to try to maintain. There are many ways to maintain a peaceful or a stable mind. But today I focused on overcoming the 3 poisons of the mind. Please give it a try. Let me end today's video by quoting it again. Those with extreme mood swings are generally vulnerable to spiritual influence, so advise them to make an effort to maintain a stable mind as much as possible. From the Laws of the Secret by Master Okawa. Thank you, Lord. And see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.